Hello, my name is Deb Z, and I'm a spiritual therapist. I spread knowledge, love, and ascension. Today I'm going to talk about illusions, transmutations, and memory. Living in illusions and fantasies distort the natural mind. The identity that is strong in ego will pull you away from your true light. If you can't connect and see your inner source and have a unity with God, then it turns into a robotic life with no meaning and no light. We believe the ego tells us about what is really fictional because your ego is formed from your past experiences. Personality and ego are the same. Personal identity is a mold of consciousness. It becomes so limited because of your conditioning and your view of life. We are not using our full potential. We exist on a minimal vibrational field. When you are living in an ego reality, you get almost removed spiritually from the source. Since we are always connected to God, there's a little bit of love light always still within us. Spirituality is really here to help us connect to our eternal self. The whole secret of life is finding out who you really are. The ego pushes us forward, trying to achieve more in life, success, money, power. We must deconstruct the illusions from our mind and look at it clearly and objectively. It all helps us heal when we look at it that way. When you enter every moment and really see and experience it truly, then it raises your consciousness. Living in the now raises your vibrational field. It's a constant maturation of self, a subtle but enlightened growth. We are always under the umbrella of the Almighty God. Source being in silent reflection helps you center your inner self. Silence is the mirror of your true inner core. In the silence, all truth is revealed. You see illusions and fantasies dissipate, and you can flow in the now with God's light. Transmutation can and does remove all obstacles in the way. Frequent utilization can quickly and cleanly move one out of fear mode and into a place of love. And from there, one is able to create better conditions and scenarios from which to live and experience it. Then it provides balance from a place of stability. One can safely navigate the currents of change that are affecting all those on earth. Great are the forces that oppose the light, but they will never win. In order for humanity to change, they have to be shaken up a bit. So many still remain stuck in the old paradigms of complacency, laziness, and cruelty. If you choose the light, all is forgiven. For those who refuse, their fate is set. They will be isolated because they want total control instead of living in an equal balance with the collective. The human being is one of the most powerful generators that exists. That's why evil forces want to feed on humanity. They enter low-frequency bodies who have little to no light, and those that live in a fear-based existence. As long as you're in a fear-based vibration, then unfortunately you can be controlled. The emotion of fear breaks down all your shields. It makes you vulnerable for spiritual and psychic attacks. The fear makes you weaker and leaves a spiritual portal, a hole, for evil to come in. The fear is an illusion. Choose not to be afraid. We were never meant to live in a fear construct. We were meant to live a life of peaceful and harmonious light, always connecting to the love, light of God stops a fearful mindset. Everything is preordained. What is happening is supposed to happen. It doesn't seem like it at the time, but change is very good. It helps us grow. Do not fear change. Fear stagnation. Even the results of the change seems bad right now. You will see in the future that it helped you in your life and you grew from it. With every growth comes the love light, the Shekhinah, that is our goal to absorb and become one with, the Shekhinah light. Don't let fear ever control you. Always work and talk to yourself that the fear is never real and that you gotta let it go because it never served you. It never was good for your well-being. Stopping and the need to compete with one another is very important. It's counterproductive and it only brings pain. Instead, if we help each other reach our goals, then the whole world raises in positive energy. We lost our memories coming down to earth. We must try and realize those memories. If you truly open up your shadow side and heal it, you will start to remember who you are and the powers that you have. Coming down to earth with no memories of who you are and the insidious brainwashing of the dark forces that ruled earth made it very hard for us to see the truth of what was really going on in our lives. Only with connecting to the Boré, the Source, God, and working on all your personality flaws. Taking a good look at yourself. Do you feel balanced? Are you too obsessive, controlling? When you do the work and you're raising your light vibration, you're able to manifest good things. As we leave the three-dimensional world, when one uses memory to know something, we are entering the fifth-dimensional new earth, where just knowing is the way we operate. Your memory is decreasing to push your intuitional mode. You will know what you need to know at any given moment. As you raise your vibrational dimensions, you will rely less on your memory brain and more with your intuitional brain. We signed a contract with our higher selves and God the Divine. We ascended and we are returning to earth, which means soul ascension, enlightenment. On the new earth, we live according to spiritual law, which is God's divine law. Unconditional love is the new reality on new earth, and it is absolute. If you see God, unconditional love inside of you, you see God the Divine everywhere. Love manifests itself through beingness. That's how we know ourselves. We are going through a process never seen before in our world or any world, which is to ascend with your own mind, still incarnate. Dimensions are not places or locations. They're levels of consciousness. They vibrate at a certain rate. When you ascend, you reach a higher level. You are in existence at all 352 dimensions of the Creator's universe. And each dimension upon earth, you have a different form within your existence on that earth. There are multiple dimensions. You are not only physical, you are a spiritual being. Truth is the integral part of existence. It is the foundation that creates everything. Truth manifests fulfillment on earth. Within every aspect of your incarnation upon the earth, there is the vibrational of truth that turns into a physical way. This vibrational truth exists within the cells of your body. Truth stays in every cell of your body. As you connect to the Creator and ascend, your truth cells activate and pour all the truth and knowledge into your mind. When you acknowledge your truth cells, you can then radiate it outward. The truth transforms reality to the collective's consciousness, constantly and ever powerful. There is knowing that New Earth is going to be with a new perspective of viewing reality. Each level that you view in a new reality brings a higher level of clarity and peace to you. Without the social dimensions, we fall into fanaticism, and without the spiritual dimensions, we fall into pessimism and futility. Each soul is going through its own clearing, its own deepening of what needs to be forgiven. You go through many tests during and after ascension to see if you truly can be in the fifth dimension, to be able to hold and keep God's light, the Boré, inside of you. There are no shortcomings. Everything that has led you or past has served as a purpose in your life. Release the need to have all the answers. Release any fear. Don't doubt yourself. Be always in a state of gratitude. All matter is merely energy condensed to a slow vibration. We are all one consciousness, experiencing itself subjectively. There is no such thing as death. We are free to choose, but we are not free from the consequences of our choices. Be well and be blessed.